Memoirs of a Victorian Detective. The news of Sherlock Holmes' disappearance at the Reichenbach Falls was met by an outpouring of emotion around the world, including from my colleague, friend, and former rival of Holmes, Inspector Murder.
Yes! The bastard's finally copped it. What a tragic loss.
Surely enough, with Holmes gone, our agency was engaged to work on a series of high-profile cases. Alas, few of them reached a successful conclusion. Our problems began with the mystery of the spotted band.
Fear not, Lady Sturridge, for I can reveal that what you believed to be a snake entering into your boudoir to poison you was in fact a harmless curtain pull. If I could ask your maid, Miss Stanhope, to open the drapes.
Your ladyship, I really don't think...
I'm sure the inspector knows what he's doing, my girl. Pull the cord.
Oh God! Ah! Send for a doctor.
Whoops.
Shortly after the Sturridge case, there came the mystery of the prancing men.
Do you think we can have a break now, sir?
No, Luke! We must persevere. The Earl of Prestwick's jilted mistress is still on the loose. We must maintain our cover lest she move against him. The man's life depends upon it.
My darling George! Help! Somebody help!
Whoops.
And finally, 2 days later, we investigated the mystery of the Hound of the Bennetsvilles.
I tell you, Inspector, someone has purloined my miniature schnauzer and is holding it to ransom.
Very well, Your Grace. We shall begin the search for your missing canine without delay.
Here, anyone got a spatula? There was a yapping little shit of a dog on the driveway. I gave it a kick and half its face got stuck on my boot.
Oh, my darling Mr. Piffle!
Whoops.
As a result of this string of misadventures...
Get out!
Get out! Get out!
we were out of work in little over a month, and thus we came to involve ourselves in the mystery of the Christmas Carol.
Unbound Theatre presents Inspector Murder Inspects A Christmas Carol by Dario Knight and Gareth Johnson.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright.
Constance,
Yeah?
where is it?
Where's what?
Just hand it over.
No idea what you're talking about, Petal.
Don't come the innocent, I just met the police outside. They say if you give it back now, they won't prosecute. In spite of the fact this is the third time they've caught you doing it this week.
Oh, don't get your tits in a twist. Here.
It's the season of goodwill, Constance. Do you think you might mark the occasion by restraining yourself from mugging every group of carol singers who knock at the door?
You don't sound so full of goodwill yourself.
Can you blame me? It's Christmas Eve and everything's so... negative. The inspector's been in such a foul mood since business dried up. I've never seen him so miserable.
More miserable than that time a complete stranger put scorpions in his slippers?
That was you. And yes, it's worse than that.
More miserable than that time an unidentified intruder broke in and glued sandpaper to his toilet roll?
Again, that was you. And again, it's worse than that.
More miserable than that time a fiendishly clever surgeon snuck up on him while he was sleeping, knocked him out, removed one of his kidneys and sold it for drinking money?
How are you not in prison?
Never a scrap of evidence, Flower.
Oh, hello, Laura. Successful shopping trip?
Yes, we're fully provisioned for a first-rate Christmas lunch tomorrow. Here's hoping it shakes the inspector out of his mood.
I've not seen him so disheartened since that time a cunning fraudster kidnapped his dentist, took their place during his annual checkup, ripped out his gold tooth and replaced it with a Varlis cashew nut.
The perfect crime.
How are things going in the laboratory?
As it happens, I've been working on my latest invention. It's a singing greetings card.
How on earth does that work?
I'll show you. Observe a perfectly ordinary card. Now, open it up.
Okay. Oh, that's lovely.
Hang on an ass-picking second. He's got a bloody choir out there with a periscope.
Well,
Oh, you lot! Belt up!
How was that, Dr. McCluse?
That was lovely, Eric. Thank you. As you were.
It must cost a fortune in postage sending that lot along with the card.
Yes, needs more work, I fear.
Load of bollocks.
Here, that's the mad Welshwoman who nicked our donations.
Don't know what you're talking about.
You clouted our boy alto so hard he turned soprano.
Brr, getting a bit chilly in here, isn't it? Better close this.
Now our harmonies are all over the pissing place.
Cheerio!
We know where you live.
Another mugging?
'Tis the season.
Inspector! Merry Christmas!
Why are you all standing around doing nothing?
We were just...
You're supposed to be working. We're a month behind on filing our case reports. I want everything up to date by tomorrow afternoon.
But tomorrow's Christmas, sir.
And what of it? Get a balderdash to the whole fetid season.
I thought we were having lunch together. I'm spit roasting a goose.
Well,
Don't.
Christmas be damned. Finish your paperwork, or the lot of you will be on the unemployment line before New Year.
oi, that's bang out of order, that is, you cranky hairy canary. What's brought this on? Is this because you fucked up all your cases since Sherlock Holmes took a dive off that waterfall?
Uh-oh.
I have been working extremely hard under incredibly challenging circumstances to keep this agency afloat, Constance. It might prove to be an easier endeavour were I not hampered at every turn by a string of incompetent co-workers who wouldn't know hard work if he stood in front of them and dropped his trousers.
Inspector!
That's a bit harsh.
Not to mention needlessly vulgar. Filthy devil.
It's time this agency was dragged up by its bootstraps. Discipline and order are what you lot need. So give over any ideas you have about celebrating Christmas and get on with your damn work before I turf you all into the gutter.
Miserable little wank mallet.
Crikey, he really isn't a stew. Perhaps I should send him my singing Christmas card to cheer him up.
I think it'll take more than a Christmas carol to get him out of this one. Mind you, that gives me an idea.
What was that?
Sorry, I lent on the bell.
Maybe that is the way to help him.
What bell?
This one here.
Yes, that's it. It'll be just like the Dickens novel.
Why the fuck have we got a bell?
The one with the moneylender and the spirits.
It's not out of the ordinary, is it?
Not if we were running a sodden guest house, it wouldn't be.
A lost man alone at Christmas, haunted by ghosts.
I don't see why you need to be so rude about it.
It's yours, isn't it?
Yes.
Phantoms of the past, present and future.
I brought it to brighten the place up.
You what?
Sent to save a soul in time for Christmas Day.
Not a painting? Not a bunch of flowers? A pissing bell? Is that your idea of decor?
All right, fine. It's my ideas, Belle. I bring it when I've had an idea. Cheers me up. Makes me feel good about myself, and it doesn't do anyone any harm. So leave it alone.
Yes, that's exactly what we need to do for the inspector.
You ring it when you have ideas?
Yes.
No wonder I've never heard it before then.
Will you two pack it in? I have an idea. What was that?
Never mind.
I've got a plan to cheer the inspector up and salvage Christmas. We're going to need to put on a performance.
Oh, yes, 100 times yes! Collide with the director!
If you like.
We need a script, a cast, some dancers, scenery, and a lot of costume changes. When's curtain up?
Tonight.
What? It's nearly midday. We'll never be ready.
We don't need a whole production. We'll manage it between us. We're going to show the inspector the error of his ways.
Are we? I've had an idea. I'll need a chair, some thick rope, 3 hungry sparrows and a bucket of live mealworms. I'll teach that miserable fucker a lesson.
You can be stage manager.
Oh, time to put the day out of its misery. Oh, who lit that fire? Another waste of money. They should all sleep in the cold. Still, shame it to put it out now it's lit. Right, to bed. Oh, Christmas lunch indeed. Work try lollygaggers. Oh, another day done with, and what is there to show for it? What's the bloody point? Who's there? Who put the fire out? Constance, have you been swinging the furniture polish again?
Inspector Murder?
Luke?
Change your voice.
Oh, yes, of course. Inspector Murder?
Oh, who the hell are you?
It is I, your former business partner, Jacob.
I've never had a business partner.
I meant your former golfing partner, Jacob.
I don't play golf.
I thought you said you researched this bit.
There was no time after I'd done my vocal warm-up exercises. I mean, I was your...
Dance partner!
What?
Good God, so you are. Edith?
Yes, I am... Hang on. I mean, yes, I am Edith.
But you died in the Great Waltzing Disaster of 1879.
That's handy. Yes, I did. And now I've come back to haunt you. You are unhappy, old friend.
Well, I might be in a dark mood of late. What of it?
Anger and jealousy are dangerous paths to traverse.
Who says I'm jealous?
The man you knew as Holmes, he too has passed beyond the phantom veil of darkness to the eternal land of the everlasting soul that lies beyond the waking world.
All right, get on with it. We've only got one night.
He knows of you and how you covered his success.
Oh, so what if I do? I've worked just as hard as him. I did my time on the force righting wrongs, and what have I got to show for it? No money, no reputation, no praise.
These things are transient. Seek them not.
Beg pardon?
I said, seek them not.
You mean, do not seek them?
I say whichever bloody way I like, you nitpicking little...
Luke!
I too longed for fame and recognition for whatever it is I did when I was alive, Inspector. All that I earned was this chain you see enveloping me. I forged it link by link and yard by yard, doomed to drag it along a road of damnation. You wear such a chain yourself.
Now look here, if I want to do...
You shall be haunted, Inspector. Haunted by 3 spirits.
I'd rather not, if it's all the same.
Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread.
Oh, do you count as one of the 3, or is...
No, I had a sort of a preamble. Then it's the other 3.
So, really it's 4 spirits?
Yes, I suppose it is. Anyway, expect the first ghost tonight when...
You mean the second?
Expect the second ghost tonight when the bell tolls 1. Bugger, make it 1:30. Farewell, Inspector.
Farewell, Edith.
I'll let myself out. Ooh. Quite.
Funny, you'd think she'd just float through it. Never mind. Oh, I'll just get a quick nap in before the next one.
Oh, it's good to get those off. Now, come on. Tell me. How was I?
You were great. It was a lovely performance.
Really?
Yes, really.
You'd tell me if I wasn't, wouldn't you?
I would, but I don't need to because you were excellent.
Was the voice all right? It wasn't, was it? Oh, too hammy. Oh, I knew I should have practiced. Silly man.
Luke, you did a wonderful job.
No, I didn't. I was awful. Oh, I've let you all down.
Luke, trust me, if I thought you'd done badly, I would have told you. You gave a first-rate performance and we're all very proud of you.
You are?
Yes.
I thought it was dog shit.
Oh!
Spiffing. Right, come on, we've only got half an hour to get the next bit ready. Ooh.
It's not working. Louder.
Ooh. Still nothing. What if we...
Wake up, you miserable prick whistle!
Who's there?
Never mind.
What do you want? Who's drinking gin? Constance?
Nothing doing bollock chops. I am not the magnificent muse of raging salmon whom you speak of.
You sound like her.
Put a cock in it, arseface. Have you ever seen Constance wearing a floaty white cape and sparkly shoes?
No.
Well, I'm not her then, am I? I'm the ghost of Christmas pissed.
Past.
That as well.
Are you the spirit, madam, whose coming was foretold to me?
Why the hell would I be here otherwise? Yes, I am the first
Second.
of the spirits that overacting ham mentioned earlier.
She's right.
It was fine.
What business have you ghosts got coming into my bedroom at this hour?
I'm here most nights.
Constance?
You are?
Who else is going to chuck water between the sheets to make you think you've shamed yourself in your sleep?
I thought that was Constance.
Nope. Everything you think she's done to aggravate you was really me. The ghost of Christmas arsed.
Past.
Whatever.
So you mean Constance?
Is a paragon of fucking virtue, boyo!
It'd take more than a Christmas miracle to convince anyone of that. Get on with it.
I am here for your Line!
Reclamation.
Oh, that's the beggar. Reclamation. Right. Get your boots on. We've got shit to see.
Where are we going?
Wherever I bloody say we are. Now get shifting.
I think I'd rather stay here if it's all the same.
Not an option.
Well, I can't see how you can make me go with you.
Fine. We'll do it the fun way.
What do you mean? Oh.
Somebody fetch a wheelbarrow.
Right, Luke, is everyone inside prepared?
I've just run their lines with them. We're ready. Did you have any luck finding the inspector's old girlfriend?
Turns out she lives on Montague Street, so not too far away. She seemed a bit reluctant, but I told her we'd pay her, so she's happy to go along with it. She'll be waiting at the town hall for the next bit, so we ought to get going.
Time to bring him round then.
I wonder what the safest way of...
Get up, fungus features.
Never mind.
Where am I?
Come on, Laura, before he sees us.
We're outside. What happened to my room?
I told you we got stuff to look at. This is the first stop. Recognise it?
Can't say I do.
It's your old school.
No, it's not.
Says who?
Well, says me. I spent years there. I know what it looks like, and this isn't it.
The memory cheats. Get inside.
This is a nonsense.
Listen here, boyo. Either you go along with us or we do it the hard way. And trust me, if that's the option you choose, you won't need a spirit guide to take you back in time. I'll stick my spangly boots so far up your jacksie you'll leave the ground in 1884 and hit the deck in 1403. Got it?
Yep.
Right then. Away we go.
Are you sure you're not Constance?
Positive.
Not even a distant ancestor? What's going on?
It's your school nativity play.
Oh, no.
Settle down, parents. Thank you.
Good grief, that's my old head teacher.
Thank you all for joining us for this year's nativity performance.
But he looks so old. I mean, he was only a young man when I was a nipper.
Stop picking holes and watch.
Without further ado, let us begin.
I don't want to see this.
Tough, sit down.
Behold the star that shall guide us to Bethlehem.
Is that you?
No, they said I wasn't cut out to play one of the wise men. I was cast as the star.
Oh yeah, that's you up on the balcony.
Oh, please, can we go?
Twinkle, twinkle, little me, how I wonder what I see.
Those aren't the words, murder.
Up above the world so high, like a thingy in the sky.
Saints preserve us, boy. What a mess.
Can I come down now, sir?
Not until you've finished the song.
But it's all wet where the rain leaked through the roof. I'm worried I might slip.
Oh, God, the humiliation. How could I forget?
You've always had habits of falling off stuff then.
Well,
Like when you fell out of that cab and off that train. And
How do you know all that?
Ghost of Christmas Past, lovey. I know everything. Fancy seeing a bit more?
No, reliving that was bad enough.
It was a rhetorical question. Look over there.
Where?
Do you have to keep hitting him? You might give him brain damage.
40 years too late for that, love.
Good thing he was so distracted by the performance, he didn't notice the audience were all mannequins.
And to think you all scoffed when I made that record of crowd noises. Who's laughing now? Thank you, Watkins.
No problem, Dr. Vercluse.
Excellent work all round, I'd say.
There is one thing, sir.
What is it?
I think Stubbs broke his leg in a fall, sir.
Ah. Are you sure?
I can see the bone right enough. Sticking out like a carrot in a cabbage patch, so it is.
Oh.
Why didn't you put him in a harness?
Trickery? In the Vercluse production? I should Coco.
We had a dummy audience.
What's next then?
The town hall just up the road is the bit with his old sweetheart.
I'm still not sure using his actual former fiancée is a good idea. She's 20 years too old for the role, for starters.
For the last time, I am not playing his girlfriend.
Well, there's always...
And neither are you.
Dr. Vercluse, I can see a white light ahead of me.
That's just the footlight, Stubbs. You load the inspector into the wheelbarrow. I'll call for a surgeon.
Oh, my head.
About bloody time. You ready for the next bit?
Where are we now?
Outside the Scotland Yard Christmas party.
But no, you can't show me that. Anything but that.
Too late.
Oh, by the saints. It's her.
For heaven's sake, just leave me alone.
Annabelle, please.
You've humiliated me for the last time.
I'm sorry, my love. It was an accident.
Yeah, I never spoke that posh.
Oh, yeah. Hang on a minute. Oi, chinless wonder! You're getting it wrong!
Beg pardon?
Oh, God, my head.
About bloody time. You ready for the next bit?
Where are we now?
Outside the Scotland Yard Christmas party.
But no, you can't show me that. Anything but... Hold on. Haven't we done this before?
Never mind that. Here she comes.
By the saints, it's her.
For heaven's sake, just leave me alone.
Annabelle, please.
You've humiliated me for the last time.
I'm sorry, my love. It was an accident. I tripped.
Into a waiter who dropped a tureen of soup all over my father, who slipped on the floor and then hit the swing door, which knocked out the cook, who, unless I mistook, then collapsed on a table and shocked my Aunt Mabel, who ran for the hills, causing all sorts of spills, tables crashing upturned, your career prospects spurned when the head of the yard got all beaten and scarred in the subsequent riot, and screaming disquiet that lay in the mess that you built.
Still, it's my career that will take the beating.
And what of my reputation? I can't be seen with a shambolic failure who's earning a pittance a week.
But I thought we were...
Over is what we are.
Please, not again.
I need security, not some glorified slapstick routine every time we step out in public. I've had enough. Farewell.
Annabelle, please, come back. Come back.
She never did.
Shame.
You are cruel to show this memory to me, Spirit.
These were shadows of the things that have been. That they are what they are? Well, that's your bloody fault.
Why bring me to this place? Why here?
You've been grumpy lately because you think you messed up your latest cases, right?
So what if I have?
Well, between her giving you the shove and you taking a dive at the nativity play, you ought to realise you've been a fuck-up all along. There's no point getting shirty just because you've had a few bad weeks. Your whole life's been a shit show from the start.
And that's showing me the error of my ways, is it?
In a manner of speaking.
Well then, sod you and your haunting. I'm not staying here to be humiliated again. Go and torture someone else.
Come back here!
What happened?
I don't think this redemption idea's sticking, Petal.
We better catch up with him.
I'll go, it's my turn next anyway. You two catch up with Annabelle and make sure everything's ready on Montague Street.
Come on then.
Actually, Constance, I wonder if we could do a little bit of a post-performance debrief. I have a few notes on your characterisation.
Say one word and there'll be a real sudden ghost doing the rounds by next Christmas.
Where did he go? Can't be that far away.
Bloody ghosts think they're so smart. Well, I can see right through the lot of them. Ooh,
Sorry. No, wait, it's you. Ooh.
not another one.
Indeed, Inspector. I am the ghost of Christmas present.
Why are you wearing a mask?
It was a Christmas present. Come, and know me better, man. You have never seen the like of me before.
Well, no, but you do sound very much like my assistant
Colleague,
Laura Norder.
I am not she. Although she sounds like an intelligent, capable and hard-working employee who could probably do with a pay rise this time of year.
A pay rise? Balderdash, what for?
Perhaps for clearing up your mess every week at the... Look, never mind. We have a journey to embark upon.
Oh, where now?
You think yourself a failure, Inspector Murder?
Well, things aren't exactly on the upward trajectory career-wise.
Let us see about that. Come, follow me and we shall discuss the pay rise.
You know, even with that mask on, I must say your eyes are very familiar.
Not at all.
And come to think of it, if you're a ghost, why didn't I walk through you when we bumped into one another just now?
Oh my goodness, look over there.
Where? Ooh.
Sorry, Inspector, but you really do need to hear the next bit. Cabby! Here we are, Inspector. Wakey, wakey.
Oh, this isn't my house.
No, but if you look inside, you might recognise the occupant.
Snooping? Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
Just look through the window and we can get the whole haunting thing over and done with.
Very well.
Monty? Monty?
Good Lord, it's Annabelle. Why, she's hardly aged a day since the night she left me.
Funny that.
Annabelle, why aren't you ready to leave?
Who's he?
Her husband.
Oh.
Monty, must we attend yet another party? I simply cannot stomach one more of your balls this Christmas.
Why did we let Constance write the script for this bit?
Annabelle, you will do as I, your snooty posho knob of a husband, tells you.
Not on your Nelly, boyo. Oh, how I wish I'd stayed with Constable Khaki Pants instead of marrying you.
Constable who?
The piss-poor excuse for a detective I jilted many Christmases ago at that massive police piss-up.
You mean Inspector Murder?
Yes, that one. I simply cannot understand why I left the witless wazzock in pursuit of money and social status.
Well, Annabelle, I must say Ah! What's that in the corner?
It's just a chameleon. Ignore it.
A chameleon?
It belonged to a former boyfriend. He bred them. It's not important.
Why have you got it?
He left it behind when I threw him out, and I don't have a forwarding address. Can we just...
Why is it still green? Aren't they supposed to blend in with their surroundings?
That's a long story, so if you don't mind...
Why did you throw your boyfriend out then?
What does it matter? Fine. We'd had a few drinks, and when he was telling me about his poorly chameleon, I wasn't paying attention, misheard, and threw him out after he mentioned having a reptile dysfunction. Happy?
Sorry I asked.
It's fine.
Must be a touchy subject in a matter of...
Can we just get on with the bloody drama?
Of course.
Good. I have a salamander upstairs that's overdue for feeding.
Right you are. Well, Annabelle, I must say I am scandalised by the mortifying words that you have so harshly poured unto mine ears.
No prizes for guessing at what point Luke took over the script writing?
Oh, husband mine, surely you
Yes,
don't
my
mean...
darling. It is time for us to part. This marriage is over. Let me look upon you one last time and take your so delicate hand in mine.
Ow! Not that hand.
What's the matter?
I got bitten on that one.
Well, if we will keep lizards about the place.
Oh, woe, woe, woe is me. If only I had not jilted the inspector in my youth, this heartache would never have befallen me. I must flee the country and start anew in another land. Are we done now? I had 3 hours of taking coats at the Regency before this, you know. I'm done in for the night.
Yes, that's fine. Come with me and I'll write you a postal order. Come, my former love. and we shall divide our assets in the drawing room.
Well, I never. She really did love me.
You see, you're not such a failure after all.
Well, you haven't seen the state of my latest few cases.
Oh, but I have. There is one last vision to show you before my time is done. Come, shall we take a walk?
Very well.
Here we are.
But this is my agency. What are we doing here?
Have you ever wondered what your colleagues say about you when your back is turned?
Well, having Constance around makes that rather redundant.
Let's watch, shall we?
Oi, science man, where are you?
I'm sorry. Sorry I'm late. I had to run from Montague Street. A bit puffed out.
Well, it's your bit first, so get on with it.
Right. Oh, Constance, how miserable it is spending Christmas without the inspector.
I am overwhelmed by sadness.
Blimey, that's a first.
He works himself ragged. If only he'd not judge himself so harshly.
What a hard-working individual that man is.
But you mean she really respects me?
Absolutely, they all do. You mean the world to all of them. Why would you ever doubt that?
Well, I never.
If Laura weren't otherwise detained cooking Christmas lunch in the kitchen, making it impossible for her to be here with us, I'm sure she'd say the same.
Yes.
Still think they're a string of incompetent co-workers who need turfing into the gutter?
I shouldn't have said that.
Come, Constance, let us spend the next few minutes detailing the many ways in which the inspector has altered our lives for the better, and expounding on all the aspects of his character we value so highly.
Okay.
Pray begin. What would you say is his most endearing quality? Constance?
I think he's...
Yes?
I think he's a complete nanotwat!
We should be moving along.
He's about as much use as a nan in a knock-in shop!
Constance?
He's got a brain so pissing small a woodlouse couldn't trip over it!
Oh, hell.
He's a knob! He's a wazzock! He's a wank-nosed, barnacle-arsed, over-spouting spug trumpet! I hate him! I can't stand the sight of his poxy, pus-filled little pancake face, and I'm not going along with this stupid plan to cheer him up anymore!
Stupid plan?
What I think she means was...
Give me that mask. Laura!
Inspector, I can explain.
So this was your idea, was it?
Inspector, please. We just wanted to...
Rub it in? Is that it? My career's dead on its feet, and you all thought it'd be funny to drag me down even further.
No, that's not what we meant at all.
I suppose you paid Annabelle to say all those things about me as well.
Yes, we did. But Laura's right. We were doing it to help you. We wanted you to see that we really...
Help me? Oh, well, you've done a fine job of that. Not only haven't I got any clients, I've been reminded of how humiliating school was, had the failure of my love life dragged out for everyone to laugh at, and been told exactly what you all really think of me. Well, Merry bloody Christmas!
Inspector!
Leave me alone, the lot of you!
I knew I should have played Constance.
I just wanted to show him... I didn't mean to...
Now, Petra, let's go and put the kettle on, shall we?
Don't do that. It makes the real thing more upsetting.
Okay.
I don't know why I bother. Never a scrap of sympathy from any of them. Oh, my feet are aching. I must have walked miles. Where's a bench? Excuse me. You don't mind if I sit here, do you?
Not at all. Be my guest.
Much obliged.
Busy evening?
I suppose it has been rather. What brings you out here in the wee small hours?
I could never resist the sight of the Thames by gaslight. Perfect place to while away the time with a newspaper.
Oh, well, I suppose it can be rather peaceful.
I've seen cities the world over, and none of them can truly compare with London.
Oh, you travel?
Non-stop these days. In fact, I'm due to leave in just a few short hours, if I can find my travelling companion. She's wandered off somewhere along the South Bank.
I think I'd rather go on my own if I had the choice.
Trouble at home?
In a manner of speaking, it's my work colleagues. They've been playing a dirty trick on me.
How so?
Well, they said they were trying to cheer me up. Business hasn't been at its best these last few weeks.
What's your trade?
I'm a consulting detective, like Sherlock Holmes, before you ask. Normally, all I get are the cases he can't be bothered with. But ever since he fell off that waterfall...
Waterfall?
A month or so back, I'm surprised they're not still wittering on about it in the newspapers. Hadn't you heard?
No, I knew he had an accident. I just thought... 1884? Oh, that can't be right.
Sorry?
Ignore me. Just my addled brain.
Oh, all that travelling must make a bit of a mess of the time, I suppose.
You could say that, yes. Forwards, backwards, and sideways of late. But do go on. Your work?
When Holmes disappeared, I thought I'd have the pick of his cases. And I did, for about a week.
Oh, but of course, you must be Inspector Murder.
Oh, how did you...
You're mentioned in the newspaper. Something about a dead dog.
Well, that was...
And a shooting in a dance hall.
Luckily it was a near...
Then some business with a poisonous snake.
Another one for the scrapbook, yes.
We all have our rough patches.
I'd settle for a patch. I've got a bloody field.
But your colleagues, they were trying to help?
Well, they said they were. Cooked up some extravagant hoax to make me think I was being haunted by festive ghosts.
Oh, like in A Christmas Carol.
That's what it was. Yeah, I thought it seemed a bit familiar. Yes, they roped in a load of people I used to know and acted out different bits of my life. They said they were trying to show how things weren't all that bad. Ha!
Sounds like quite the elaborate endeavour.
All it did was remind me what a failure I've been. Humiliated at school.
That's not uncommon.
Lost the love of my life.
Sadly, neither is that.
And they all think I'm a joke.
I wouldn't say so.
Wouldn't you?
If they were willing to go to such lengths to try and cheer you up, they must care a great deal about you. You might have had a few mishaps of late, but if you've a group of colleagues prepared to do all that for you, you clearly chose them very well.
I hadn't really...
And by the same token, you must have done something special indeed to earn such love from them.
Perhaps.
You're no Sherlock Holmes, for sure.
Yeah, thanks very much.
But what if you've no need to be?
Eh?
Suppose the world doesn't need another Sherlock Holmes. What if being Inspector Murder is enough? To my mind, he's not done too badly choosing his friends, and something tells me better days lie ahead for him. Have you wondered how it might be to face what's yet to come without that team of yours?
Oh, that's quite the notion.
Go back to them, your friends. After all, it is Christmas.
Yeah, so it is. I'd quite forgotten it was the morning.
My favourite day of the year. All of the carols and candles and kind greetings. There's nothing more human, is there? In the midst of the long frozen winter, we make ourselves a light in the dark. And I'm sure whatever celebrations await you and your friends today, they'll be free of dogs, snakes and shootings in dance halls.
Well, with Constance around, I wouldn't jump to conclusions about firearms. Especially if she was let loose in a dance hall.
Oh, crumbs, what now?
What was it she said?
By the stars, it's worse than I thought. I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, nothing. Do you have to...
Disappear? Afraid so. Bit of a problem with the backwards clock, but I'm sure I'll get to the bottom of it. Or possibly the top of it. Maybe that's where I've been going wrong.
Well, time I was off too. I think I've some wrongs to put right.
That's the spirit. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Inspector.
And to you. I'm embarrassed to say I've not asked your name, Mrs...
Professor, actually. Professor Cronomier, at your service.
Oh, well then, Merry Christmas, Professor Cronomier.
Merry Christmas, Inspector Murder.
Any luck?
No sign of him. I feel awful. What a way to ruin Christmas.
Oh, come now, Laura, it's not ruined. I'm sure the inspector will be back soon, and then we can all clear the air and have lunch together.
Enemy at the gate!
What?
Give us our money back.
The choir? Don't tell us you mugged them again.
Well, there we are. A whole mob of ghosts from Christmas past come to scare a money-grabbing miser.
Don't you pull that Dickens ship with me. I'm not afraid of no ghosts.
Oh, God.
All right, give your wrists a rest. I'm coming. Who the hell's doing the rounds at this time of night? Oh, it's you.
Good evening, Annabelle. May I come in?
Yes, I suppose. Is it about that business earlier?
In a manner of speaking.
Your colleagues said they were trying to help you with something. It seemed like a nice gesture, so I said I'd go along with it. In return for payment, of course.
Yeah, of course.
A nice bunch. Aside from that Welsh woman.
You, didn't let her in the house, did you?
She helped herself to a cup of tea.
And half the silverware, I should imagine.
What?
Nothing. Annabelle, when I saw you again earlier, it really made me think.
Please don't.
I know I made a hash of it all those years ago, but a man can change.
That's not what the papers say.
Annabelle, please. You broke my heart that evening.
I stand by what I said. I need a man of substance, a man of status. And you are not that man.
Hear me out. I know my career mightn't be the brightest, but that's not to say I'm without financial assets.
Go on.
When they handed me early retirement from Scotland Yard, it came with a tiny pension.
Really?
Not the greatest fortune, but enough to settle down to a comfortable life if I chose it. I didn't think I was ready to, until I saw you again tonight.
I don't know what to say.
Then allow me. May I take your hand?
Of course.
Annabelle Stanhope.
Yes?
Love of my life, then and now.
Yes?
I'm arresting you for the attempted murders of Lady Rosalind Sturridge and the Earl of Prestwick.
What?
Ha ha! Oh, and for the attempted kidnapping of the Duchess of Bennettsville's miniature schnauzer.
How dare you?
Let's take a look at that bite on your hand, shall we?
Ow!
Aha! It's a bit large for a lizard bite, I'd say.
Oh, I don't know what you mean.
Those are the incisors of a schnauzer. You mark my words. Its upper jaw got stuck in Constance's instep, so we can easily check it lines up.
What utter nonsense.
It was you who stole the Duchess's prized dog, wasn't it? Would have fetched a handsome ransom had it not escaped.
You can't prove anything.
And then there's those reptiles your former suitor left you. Any spotted snakes among them? I thought Lady Sturridge to have been imagining a serpent slithering into her room at night, meaning to murder her. But she was right. It didn't register at first, but her maid, Miss Stanhope, as I recall. Your sister, I take it? Not very clever using the same surname.
Well,
Lady Sturridge had no heir to her fortune, but has, it's widely known, a famed generosity towards her staff. What was the plan? Get your sibling to ingratiate herself into the household and secure a legacy? Then you bump the old girl off in the night and claim half the earnings?
I've never heard such...
Then there was your reference to working at the Regency. I knew the name was familiar, but it took a while to click. It's the name of the dance hall where Luc and I were undercover on the night someone shot at the Earl of Prestwick. On duty that evening, were you?
I don't recall.
I'm sure the management will confirm it. I take it you were the jilted mistress who was blackmailing him. Another ruse to get yourself set up among the landed gentry.
The daft thing is, I was aiming for his wife.
Of course.
If I could have blown the old cow's brains out, he'd have come running back to me within the hour. He told me they went to the Regency every Thursday. I got the job there easy enough, but had to stay on for a bit so as not to make it look suspicious.
And was I right about the other cases?
The yapping little shit of a dog got away before I could knock it out. And you put pay to the Sturridge job. Mary's fine, by the way, after the snake bite.
Why do it, Annabelle? Money and social standing? Was losing what we had really worth a jail sentence?
But it doesn't have to be that way, does it? Only you know I'm guilty. And you've still got your police pension. Think of it. The two of us. A cottage by the sea. Forever.
It's a tempting thought.
All those years. I've not forgotten. We can pick up where we left off.
Indeed. Pity I was lying about the pension, really.
What?
Yep. I'm poorer than a bunch of carol singers crossing Constance in a dark alley.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, barely a penny to my name. But I've got my agency.
Not exactly Sherlock Holmes, are you?
No. No, I'm not. Right. It's off to Scotland Yard for you. And then I've people to celebrate Christmas with.
Done it. That's the last one gone. What are you two staring at?
Nothing.
No, nothing at all.
You don't look like you got much kip in the night.
Couldn't sleep.
Every time I closed my eyes, I could see them.
So many carol singers.
And every last one of them
Screaming.
Merry Christmas!
Inspector!
Oh, Luke, my old friend. A Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Inspector, you came back.
But of course. Merry Christmas, my dear Laura.
That's a shame. I thought he'd fucked off for good.
And a Merry Christmas to you, you mad old dragon. Come here.
Soap! Soap! I need soap! I'm gonna be sick!
Inspector, about last night, we really didn't mean to...
I know, Laura. Really, I do. I overreacted. I'm so sorry. It was a very kind thought, and I thank you both for it. If you'll forgive me, I thought we could have that Christmas lunch together after all.
I'll go and get started. We've got the roast goose and all the trimmings, including some homemade cranberry sauce. Mind you, perhaps we should give that a miss this year. It just reminds me of the blood.
So where have you been all night?
Oh, just tying up a few loose ends. I'd have been here sooner, but on my way back I remembered someone else I needed to wish glad tidings to.
For goodness sake, Fran, it's still the middle of the night. You must go to sleep or Father Christmas won't visit.
But Daddy, I'm just so excited.
I know you are, my love, but try and get some sleep before the sun comes up.
Yes, Daddy.
Good girl.
Bloody hell, I forgot how narrow this thing was.
Hello?
Nearly there. Just a bit of a squeeze and... Does nobody get their chimneys swept these days?
Father Christmas?
Hello, little Fran.
You came back.
Of course I did. Father Christmas always keeps his promises.
Have you still got the statue I gave you when you were here last time?
Not exactly. I gave it to another little child who needed it more than I did.
Daddy didn't think you really were Father Christmas. He said you were here stealing things and that you were no good robbing bastards.
Well, grown-ups don't know everything, do they? Now then, little Fran, I've a present for you. Here you are.
Can I open it now?
Of course.
It's a magnifying glass.
In fact, it's my magnifying glass. I used to carry it around because I thought it made me look like... That's not important. The point is, I don't need it anymore. I shall do things my own way from now on. So I thought you'd like it.
Oh, it's wonderful. Thank you, Father Christmas.
Oh, you're very welcome. Now you get some sleep. There are lots more presents to open in the morning.
Yay!
Come on, I'll tuck you in.
Father Christmas,
Yes?
what do you do on all the days it's not Christmas?
Oh, well, I try and look after people, I suppose. Sort out their problems. Find the things they've lost. I hope, maybe in my own daft way, I hope I'm a light in the dark. Anyway, to bed, little one. Oh, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And now to get back up that sodding chimney.
Fran, are you still awake in there? What's all this noise? Why, you!
Oh, shit. Father Christmas, away! Again!
Boy, get back here!
Goodbye, little Fran. Here we are, a cup of cocoa for everyone. Perfect for a chilly winter morning.
Did you find Constance?
She'll be along in a second. She's still scrubbing her lips with bleach. So, do you like your presents?
A brand new spectroscope. I'll be the envy of the Winter Science Symposium with this little beauty.
Come on, Laura. You've not opened yours.
Very well. It's a notebook.
Look inside.
My dearest Laura, a gift in which to record the details of your promising career, starting with your surveillance course. What surveillance course?
I happened to drop into Scotland Yard during the night. I pulled a few favours with Detective Davies, and he's agreed to give you a crash course in some of the latest policing techniques they're developing at the yard.
Oh, thank you, Inspector.
Oh, you're very welcome. After all, someone around here needs to know what they're doing.
What present did you get for Constance?
Oh, same as usual. 2 bottles of strong gin and a tin of chewing tobacco.
Same.
It's what she wants. Now then, this one's for you, Inspector. It's from all of us.
Oh. It's a magnifying glass.
Not just any magnifying glass.
No, indeed. This was recovered from the rocks at the Reichenbach Falls. It's Sherlock Holmes' personal magnifying glass. Came up at auction, so we pulled our money and bought it for you.
Oh, I see. That's very thoughtful of you.
It's just the first part of the gift. We had a few shillings left over. Here.
Oh, Laura! Luke! It's perfect! A brand new hammer!
Care to do the honours?
Oh, yes!
Hooray!
Oh, what a gift! Oh, thank you both. Oh, now then, anyone for a sing-song?
Count me in.
I'll play the piano.
Here, who mentioned singing?
I did, Constance.
You keep away from me, sex pest.
Come on, let's have a song. After all, what's Christmas without a carol?
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Now give me some brandy butter. Yes, give me some brandy butter. Oh, give me some brandy butter and bring it right here. Although actually, to hell with dairy. So bring me some pissing brandy and bring it right here.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Inspector Murder Inspects, A Christmas Carol was written by Dario Knight and Gareth Johnson. It starred Alistair Sanderson as the Inspector, Emily Pugh as Laura, Joe Pratt as Constance, and Andrew Faber as Luke. With Jackie Dan as Annabelle, Lara Pipistrel as Miss Stanhope and Duchess Bennettsville, Matt Black as the Choir Master, Andrew Shaw as the Headmaster and Mr. Rawson, Gareth Johnson as Stubbs and the Young Inspector, and Erica Sanderson as Lady Prestwick, Fran, Watkins and Professor Chronomier. The title music was by Kevin MacLeod, additional music by Matt Black, and editing by Gareth Johnson. It was produced and directed by Dario Knight for Unbound Theatre.